Welcome. From this moment on, you are ready to use a new technology achievement. Satellite Plus. The world in your aim. A global services product of surveillance and protection. Developed upon military and intelligence investigations. A unique resource, useful and effective, for our peaceful society. Satellite Plus crosses the planet exploring and searching in real time. Here and now. Our users can find public places, private places or even people, live and direct. With GPS detectors, barcode readers, ID indicators, fingerprints trackers, and ultrasound sensors. You can search everything, even the smallest thing. Satellite Plus. Here and now. In the ground zero of your big city. It's getting closer. Closer. Closer to you. We're behind you. Satellite Plus, a global services product for your well-being. Satellite Plus can only turn off by a secret code. But don't try it now. It could be dangerous. Wait. Don't do it. It's for your own sake.
It could be dangerous.
It's for your own sake.
Wait. It could be dangerous.
Don't do it.
Thank you, Graciela, for inviting me to participate in this discussion tonight. Thank everyone for being here. The longer version would include references to all the videos we saw tonight, but we have the shorter version. Civil war, global warming, states of exception, luscious, generous abundance, and entropic decay. Targets without boundaries, barriers without reason. the contradictory experiences of displacement, says T.J. Demos. And the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil sets off a tornado in Texas. Metaphor for the deterministic conditions of random events. Interconnectivity. How we respond to the conditions around us is influenced by histories we no longer remember, but in turn impact conditions we may know nothing about. What we say and how we say it matters, and these videos speak oceans and skies, deserts and mountains, rock, paper, scissors, and skin. They speak in silences and rhythmic waves of sound. They speak in color and line, but largely they speak in metaphor and allegory. This is utopian, an oblique angle to the real, an image of possibility that is not yet, nor may ever be, reality. It is also dystopian, an address to a capacity to listen. Pay attention, listen to me, a warning of catastrophe. As Robert Fitterman and Vanessa Place speak of conceptualisms, quote, allegorical writing is a writing of its time, saying slant what cannot be said directly, usually because of overtly repressive political regimes or the sacred nature of the message. In this sense, the allegory is dependent on its reader for completion, as it depends heavily on image language. Note, there is no aesthetic or ethical difference between word and image, unquote. Climate change, war, surveillance, targeted victims, boundaries, both sacred and profane. In an ethical world, we are held accountable. But as regards allegory, accountable to what? What are the relations these works make to life? Alejandro Scianchi's Untitled is created from abstract code, and in so doing, refers to code as language, an alternative language that in turn implies the structural basis of all languages. In the flow of unit to system, he unveils the contingency of systems, including life. His work is a reminder of the conceptual practices of Labius Woods, who believed that drawing equals architecture, and that architecture must reflect the failures of humanity as well as its potential. Though few of these works make use of direct mimesis to picture the world, they are nonetheless rooted in the events of the world, and as art, negotiate what Sam Durant and Catherine Lord referred to as, quote, worldly activity, an act of world making that alters, however subtly, the fabric of the cultures in which we live. Patricia Villalobos suggests in Aguas Malas that the alteration of culture is consequential. Movement across territories by land, sea, or air is perilous travel, particularly for the undocumented migrant. Villalobos makes no literal diagnosis of the causes and consequences of migration, but speaks instead to the instability of utopian ideals. On the one hand, targeted as dangerous, on the other, legitimizing repression. Her method of engagement is through the uncanny juxtaposition of realism and fantasy. Both she and Graciela Taquini in Borderline hold the viewer captive to a suggestion of imminent peril. If we understand migration not as a literal movement of peoples, but as conditions of upheaval, and if we take aesthetic to mean not beauty, but closer to the etymology of the word itself, a condition of sentient engagement, then we come very close to understanding within this selection of video works a migratory aesthetics whose form, rather than its literal content, reflects the precarity of bare life. Distinguishing between precariousness as an existential condition of life and precarity as a social and political condition of the circumstances in which we live, Judith Butler holds us accountable to understanding globally contingent relations. Yet insight, as we see in Jeanne Wilkinson's Accelerating Decline, is often gained by a loss of clarity, an empathic or engaged sight, or an engaged insight, by which we recognize our participation is at stake.